The Detroit Public School System tonight has a new superintendent.
Alicia Merriweather was named to the post this afternoon by Judge Stephen Rhodes. Merriweather, who is a longtime DPS administrator, got emotional when talking about her new leadership role and the people she works with.
I believe that Detroit Public Schools has some of the hardest working, most underappreciated, self-sacrificing teachers, administrators, and staff that you will find anywhere.
She is part of a team in this transition, right?
Yeah, hi, Carmen. Yes, Judge Rhodes made a very significant announcement today by appointing her, but also it was his first news conference. But the judge had one thing to say to us all here in the state of Michigan. He said there is no plan B to the governor's plan to try and make the Detroit public school system work. That's a message to the legislature. But Alicia Merriweather's appointment, well, that's a very big deal here. We'll explain why.
We don't want to return to what was when we have the possibility of creating something better.
42-year-old Alicia Merriweather wasn't looking to run the beleaguered Detroit school system's academics. The job found her as her fellow teachers nominated her.
Thank you to the teachers of Detroit Public Schools. Words cannot express how grateful I am to know you and observe the care and dedication you show to our students on a daily basis and the sacrifices you have made for this district over many years.
Merriweather's a Detroit resident, a DPS graduate who started in Head Start at age 4. She earned a Wayne State master's degree in education administration, started as a science teacher in 1995 at Detroit's Farwell Middle School, and spent 15 years in the classroom. She spent 4 years as the deputy executive director of DPS's Science Oversight Office and organized the DPS Detroit Children's Museum and Camp Burt Shirley. Most recently, she ran DPS's curriculum office. Judge Rhodes says all of today's announcement adds up to one thing.
We as a society, and each of us individually, have a moral obligation, and the state has a constitutional obligation to educate every kid in this state. Every kid in this state. Every parent in this state has an obligation to every kid in this state.
Now, what this all means really is that the friction between the Detroit Federation of Teachers and the governor's office over the management of DPS now appears to be calmed down. We'll see how that goes. But the larger issue is whether the legislature goes ahead and approves the no plan B plan that the governor has put forth. That is not forthcoming, and that's an issue we'll have to be following in the days and weeks to come. Reporting live in Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Rod. And one thing we do know, she cares very deeply.
You can tell, yeah.
Yes.